What's up everybody, it's your boy AB. Welcome to the channel and welcome to another Combat Master video. And boys, today we are going to be looking at the latest and greatest leaks of the Combat Zone. If you guys didn't know, Combat Master is starting to reveal all of the POIs in the Combat Zone. And today we're going to cover the last 8 or so images. All of these are brand new. I didn't want to make a video covering each individual reveal. They're only doing 2 per day, so I waited until we accumulated a small collection of images to review, and I want to go over those with you today. The first image that I want to check out is this one here. This one was revealed earlier yesterday morning. If you guys didn't know, the Combat Master team are revealing the images every 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And this image in particular is very exciting because if you guys didn't notice it already, there is a helicopter on a helipad, and I gotta say, I believe that helicopter might actually be pilotable. That's right, there are some rumors of the Combat Zone having vehicles. In the previous video we mentioned that there was a truck that it could potentially be drivable, and now we have a helicopter sitting on a helipad similar to Verdansk Warzone. In particular has a bunch of vehicles. They have different kinds of Jeeps and trucks and ATVs, but they also have helicopters, and it looks like the Combat Zone will also be including helicopters. How many seats will this have available? Well, we don't know exactly, but this helicopter looks like it's in pristine condition. The map in the background has other vehicles like a cargo truck, but if you remember from our previous leaks, there's also a bunch of highways with like broken down and like beat up trucks. Those vehicles look like they've been through a war zone, but some vehicles are in pristine condition, and this helicopter right here is rumored to be pilotable. Now let's move on to this image here. This is another very exciting map. This, I believe, is on the western end of the Combat Zone. I'm not exactly sure. I have to pull up the map again, but we have seen some leaks of this in the past. I believe one of the other Combat Master content creators, I believe it was Little Grape, pointed out that these were also assets pulled from the Unity store. And in my opinion, there is nothing wrong with a development team buying already pre-built Unity assets as long as they are utilized well. And this section adds a lot of depth as far as close quarters combat. We have multiple buildings, we have some trailers to duck behind. In the past, the other images were very wide open. There were like highway areas, a lot of fields, you know, very sparsely spread out trees, but this one is a very condensed and populated area of the map. Tons of warehouses, tons of trailers, a lot of places where you can probably sneak up and get into those close quarter fights. This is going to be the place where you bust out your shotgun, you bust out your SMGs, maybe you start using the brand new P90, maybe the MP7. I'm just saying, hint, hint, wink, wink. Very good looking section of the map, and I'm glad that we have a more populated and condensed area to fight in. Moving on to the next image that I want to look at is this one here. This one looks like it's on the edge of the southern side of the map. It is kind of along the coastline. We see a slight hint of a beach down on the bottom left. We got these trees, a little, you know, hill, a little hilly side, gazebos with some crates underneath them. I'm assuming there might be some loot. You know, maybe we might find some guns, some ammo under here. A main highway road kind of sectioning off this little area. Now, the one interesting thing about this particular image is how close it is to the water. As of now, we have no confirmation if our soldiers will be able to swim. From what I can tell, there are no waterways within the main part of the Combat Zone map, but it does have a beach on the southern side of the map. So will we at least be able to get to step into that water? If we touch this water, will we instantly die? Don't know for sure, and those are the things that we're gonna find out once we get boots on the ground and get to actually play the Combat Zone. What do you guys think? Do you guys think we'll be able to swim in here? Because I personally think that we will not be able to get to swim. There hasn't been any kind of swimming mechanics in Combat Master, and yeah, seeing how very little water there is in the actual map itself, this probably leads to instant death. And now let's take a look at this image here. Here we have a image of a long curvy highway. It has a bunch of broken down vehicles. This was either from an explosion or a very bad case of road rage. Nevertheless, this section of the map gives you a sense of dread. You know, this is not a fun moment to be in. This is not a funny map, okay? This is inspired by true events. This looks real life. It looks close to life. If you've seen the news, there are roads that look like this. And to add to the effect, we have these mountainous regions surrounding the entirety of the map. We have some hills, we have some trees, more warehouses here, yellow pipes. Kind of continues the feel of what Provosk is gonna look like. And I think this looks pretty good. And now let's take a look at this image here. I believe this one is from the center of the map. It is pretty much smack dab in the middle. It's kind of like this arena or Colosseum monument style of building. It's like all concrete. There's a little circle cut out in the dome here. This tree seems to be rising up. I don't know if this is inspired by an actual place, but 9 times out of 10 when it comes to Provosk, it might be inspired by a true place. Maybe this will become a hot drop. Maybe we parachute in and try to squeeze through that little window at the top there. But nevertheless, we continue to see the overall design and themes of the combat zone. Very industrial, a lot of concrete with this splash of life when you see all the trees, right? It's kind of this dichotomy of concrete and trees. Very interesting image. And now we're moving on to this image here. This one seems to be also from the perspective of the beach. On the lower right hand side, we have the sand and then a little bit of water kind of splashing up on the edges there. I don't know if there will be an invisible wall or if we touch the water, we instantly die. Not really sure about that. But again, we have these like grassy hills. We have this interesting looking building or structure at the top of this hill. This is kind of uphill. We have this building up here, and yeah, another really interesting place to potentially fight in. And with this picture, again, we have more of the same. We have these grassy green fields. We have these concrete like pipe structures. We have like these unfinished buildings. We're surrounded by these mountainous, snowy mountaintops and trees and dumpsters. I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably going to go to those dumpsters and try to get some loot. I don't know if there will be loot in there. Maybe you can hide in there. That'd be kind of interesting. You can hide in these pipes and hide in that trash. And this one right here, boys, is a very, very interesting image because look at this. This looks nothing like any of the other pictures we've seen so far. This huge statue has been leaked in multiple images. We've seen it during the Combat Zone reveal trailer. And yeah, this thing is super tall. I don't know how many stories this is, 100 stories tall. I'm not exactly sure, but it is a very, very tall building. And one thing to note, if you haven't noticed already, there are multiple zip lines leading up to it. There's one leading to the sword and then a couple leading to the shield. So there is definitely a way to utilize this. Maybe if you have a sniper, you can get up here, maybe shoot down at people hiding on the grassy plains. But if you do find other people up here, you will be able to take them out because there's multiple ways to access this statue. I don't know if the statue is hollow, if there's anything inside of the statue. It looks like the only way to access the statue for now might just be the zip lines or maybe attempting to land there at the beginning of the drop, you know, the whole drop in animation. In the bottom right, we do have again another reference to Ukraine. We have the Ukrainian flag right there, the blue and yellow. And the last image that I have to share with you guys today is this one here that sits a little far back looking into the middle of the map. And here from this angle, you can kind of see the draw distance. Now, people were kind of speculating that we're going to have this huge Verdansk size map. I was one of those people that thought we're going to get this huge map, but this one might actually be about maybe a third of the size of what Verdansk is, because you can kind of base from point A to point B how far these distances are. Right here, we have the big statue with the sword and shield. In the distance, we have this really tall, like needle-like structure. I don't know how tall it is. It might actually be taller than the statue, but again, you can kind of see the draw distance and how big this map is. We see kind of how things are connected, and just by looking at this picture here, you can kind of envision in your head what some of these gunfights are going to look like. There could be some people duking it out in the woods here. There could be somebody posted up behind this bush trying to snipe somebody into these like condominium buildings over here, while there's somebody at the top of this, you know, statue sniping other people, and maybe, you know, someone's trying to zip line over there. Guys, I am super hyped and excited for the combat zone. If you enjoy battle royales, if you enjoy the combat master gameplay, I gotta say, this is looking really good so far. Hopefully the wait is worth it. We've been waiting a long time for the combat zone, and just based on the images so far, I think we're in pretty good shape, boys. What do you guys think? There are still a total of 11 tiles to be revealed, and they've been doing 2 a day. There's 11 now, so that means 11 divided by 2, that's 5.5. So we have about maybe 5 or 6 days until they reveal the entire map, and you know, I'm assuming soon after that, if not the day of, they will be releasing the combat zone. Boys, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, and if you want to see more combat master, combat zone news, leaks, gameplay, then make sure to subscribe. We are so close to 8,000 subscribers. It's been a wonderful year. It's been a lot of fun covering combat master and a bunch of other mobile games, but if you guys want to see more, make sure to subscribe, show that support. Huge thank you to the channel members. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys look beautiful. I love your haircuts. You guys smell good. Are you guys wearing new shirts today? Or is that a new beanie? Are you guys wearing a new hoodie? It's kind of chilly out. I like your sweater. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, stay strong, and stay healthy. Peace.